Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Third Down Thursdays. My name is MJ. The man across from me this evening is not your usual bald-headed beauty, but tonight we have the mustache man, Braden Conrad, joining me. So everybody give Braden a nice little round of applause. Braden, it's good to see you. How are we doing, sir?
Well, it's good to see you too, MJ. I'm doing very, very well. Glad to be back home for the holidays. It's always a good season to be back with family for the holidays. Other than that, just living life and you know getting money and whatever else there is to do in life, I guess. How about you, sir?
I'm good. Like I said before the show, I took 18,000 steps today at work, something both you and Connor understand in the business that we are/have been in. It's a rough one, and it was raining today. And so I was in and out of the building a lot. The feet were wet very quickly into the day today, which is just not fun when you're taking that many steps. I have a bad back because I'm 23 going on 80. So it was cold, it was rainy. I was like, this feels way too much like Illinois.
Oh yeah,
I
well,
don't like this.
it's actually 60 degrees this weekend here for Christmas. So
Really?
yeah, so
That's impressive.
you
I'm
just need
proud
to
of
come back
Illinois
here. Yeah,
getting their stuff
I'm
together.
proud of Illinois too. I stepped off the airplane. I got off the airplane on Saturday, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going back. Like, we need to turn this plane around. I can't do this." I was in not sweatshirt, but shorts and a t-shirt, living life. I came back. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not ready for this."
We're
But
gonna need to cancel Christmas.
yeah, we're gonna have to
I'm
move
going
Christmas back
back
to July this year. Don't
because
have the
this
patience for
is
this.
unacceptable.
And then today it was like 50. I think it touched 50. I'm like, oh, like I can do this.
Okay, those are numbers that we can
we,
respect.
we
Those
can
are
respect
numbers
those
that
numbers. But once you get below the 40 degrees, yeah,
it's a little chilly. The best part is though, like I'm in Texas, and it's I said it was chilly. It's probably around the 50-degree mark today, and people are legitimately wearing parkas. Like
mm,
people are out here wearing full winter coats. We're not talking, a light pullover like you've got on,
hmm
or even a more respectable, like just kind of shell jacket. No, we're talking like you look like you're about to go into the frozen tundra, like you just stepped off the plane from Alaska. And I'm
that's
like,
the
it's not
same
that
thing
cold.
in Arizona. Working where I work, being outside for most of the time, it was 50
Yeah,
degrees or whatnot, and I'm wearing a light pullover like this, and they're like,
right.
"Oh, Braden, aren't you cold?" I go, no, like I lived in this weather for
Yeah.
20 years of my life, like,
It's great because all I have to do is say, "No, I was born and raised in Chicago." And they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, okay."
oh yeah,
Like,
right,
"Oh, that makes so much sense." And the best part is I actually find a lot of people who grew up in Chicago that way,
hmm
because I'll say that and they're like, "Oh, I grew up in Chicago or Indiana or whatever it is." Because a lot of time people see me, I'll be outside or whatever, and they see me and they're like, "Oh, somebody else who's not cold. I like this guy." They're like,
right.
let me go talk to him.
Yeah.
But it's so weird.
Yeah, it's 70 degrees. It would be 70 degrees in Arizona. People are sweatshirt, sweatpants. I'm like, "What are
Yep,
you're a
yep,
psycho. Like, you're
yep.
you're you're my, like, I shouldn't be near you list because I feel like there's something wrong with you, and I don't know."
That's
Real quick,
fantastic.
real quick,
Yes.
Richard Sherman is decked out in a Christmas suit right now for the Thursday Night Football. So I don't
Okay, I
know.
love that. Is RG3 on the Thursday night panel? Is he on that
I
one?
think I think he is.
Because
I'm trying to
he's the
look
one
here.
that wore a Connor says no. Because
Connor
maybe
says
he's Monday Night Football. I don't know. But
Monday, maybe, yeah.
RG3 is the one who wore a cheese head before the Packers game, and the Packers got smoked against the Lions that first game. So he's on my hit list now.
Oh,
But no, so I do have one more thing for you before we get into more serious sports. So my dad and I play golf together.
uh-huh.
I have a decently consistent schedule right now. Let's hope
Yeah,
for a while. So I've been off every Wednesday. So what we're doing is we're playing Wednesday mornings. And I'm still new to golf, so we scramble. We
okay.
do not we
Yeah.
do not play our own balls around here.
No, No, we don't
because
do that.
we are not good enough for that.
Nope.
And I would like to, not say bad words around my father. And I would like to, actually have a good time with my father. And if
Right.
I was playing my own ball, that would not happen. So
Correct.
we scramble. Last week when we played, we shot a 66
Ooh.
as a scramble. So 6 under. We were even on the front 9. And on the back 9, we shot 6 under. And that included a bogey. So there was a 7-hole stretch where we went eagle and then 6 straight birdies.
Were these like, was this mainly par 4 holes or like were they
Oh
a
no,
couple
this
par
is a full par 72 course.
Well,
So
like the holes themselves,
the
were they mainly
stretch.
yeah,
No, it was a little bit of everything because it was
a
7
little
of
bit of
the, or it was 6 because it was birdie and then it was eagle and 5 birdies. So it was a 6-hole stretch. So let me think. 10. It's hard for me to like I'm really bad at visualizing like where do we start. 10 is a par 5, then 11 is a par 4, and so it was like 3. Yeah, there were 2 3s, couple 4s, and a 5, and the eagle was on a par 4 because my dad holed out from like 40 yards.
oh wow.
Yeah, so we drove pretty close to the green, and I was like, "That's a nice little pin placement. You should just, let me give you something to look at." I chipped up, actually gave him kind of a read that he could just chip directly at it, and as long as he carried it enough, it would kind of just trickle in. And the brother is that good that he just, chips it because I believe he played college golf.
Okay.
I know he played all 4 years of high school. He's been playing golf since high school. So he's at least been playing golf for almost 50 years. So,
So,
and
like,
he's, and
not a
he
novice.
exactly. And he's older, but he's not to the point where he's one of the old guys that only hits at 150 yards in the fairway.
Still shoots
He's
from
still got
the
some distance. Yeah.
are you like me when you play golf, your long game, like your driver is pretty good, but once you start breaking out that short clubs, you're like, "Yeah, I don't belong here."
It's
Just
actually recently it's been the opposite. So for a
really.
while, the problem is I broke my driver.
Mm,
So I was at the range one day and the head of my driver snapped off.
I've
And
had
so
that
ever
happen.
since then, I got a new driver. I don't know if we're friends. I'll be perfectly honest. My old one was one my dad gave to me. He couldn't hit it. And he gave it to me and I loved that thing. Since I got a new driver, I don't feel like I can hit it. So my short game's actually been what really helps us. So I putt before my dad, give him a read, the stereotypical scramble, and it actually works out pretty well, even if I'm not really on with my putts. I hit one the other day. I had no business hitting. It wasn't difficult by nature, but it was like 30 feet, just straight uphill. And I just looked at my dad. I was like, I'm gonna hit this, and walked up and just boom, right in. And
That's what I'm talking
it
about.
was gorgeous. So then yesterday when we played, we shot 4 under, same
Mm,
thing on the front, even, and then 4 under on the back. So it's just weird. Like at this golf course, the front 9 is supposed to be easier
yeah.
than moving
Uh,
back.
so back to like the par 3 and par 5 like holes. So do you prefer to hit like par 3, the shorter holes, or do you like to
So not particularly. Like I still, like getting up there and letting the big dog eat, and let's have some fun with
right?
the
Yeah.
driver. I may
Uh-huh.
not know where it's going, but that's okay. It's
We'll find it.
Yeah,
Or
we'll find it. It's gonna get hit hard, and
I always say you always have to donate a few to the balls to the
yes,
golf course. That's
yeah,
usually what I end up doing.
it's respectful, right?
Right.
You got to
Right.
donate some
You
to the
have to.
community. And I find some that have been donated that are
Yeah.
definitely not
Yeah.
mine.
And
And
my
so
course
it works.
here back home, we have a hole that's right next to the driving range, and they might have a driving range label on the ball, but to me, it's pretty ball. Like, hey,
That's a golf ball, ladies
right?
and gentlemen.
It's going in the bag.
Braden, can you hit it? Yes.
I I
Yes.
would say yes.
Does it make contact with the club if
Does it
you
fly?
use the club? Yeah, it goes in
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah.
So to me,
That's
that's a golf ball. It may not. My dad actually one time I hit it off the tee. He was like, "Why would you do that?" it doesn't go as far. And I was like, I'm just trying to hit it. Like,
Listen, if I can get the ball in the air, it's a win for me. That's all. Now, if it goes straight, hey,
absolutely. That's
we're
even better.
buying lotto tickets after this
Oh,
because
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm
I
I'm
hit,
100% that way. Yeah.
okay. So I have a 62-degree wedge.
Oh, okay.
It is my baby. I love it
Are
because
you just flop shotting that sucker? Just
basically, but you don't even have to flop shot it because it's already lofted to 62. So it takes some of the skill out of the way that you would need for a flop shot. And I can hit it like 40 yards.
wow.
So 40 yards and in, I can use that thing in any scenario. I still prefer, I have a 54 that I still prefer on like little chip shots because the 62 is a little bit more volatile
Right.
and doesn't exactly run at all. Like, however far I hit it, it's stopping. And
Right.
that
Right.
thing is, unless there's a crazy slope, that thing is not running. But I hit a beautiful shot the other day that just stopped like 5 feet behind the pin. And
That's
it
so
was
impressive.
arcing over a bunker that I couldn't even see. I just knew roughly how far it was. I hit the shot. It was gorgeous. It made me
Are the greens rough down there, or if you when you get it on the green, is it going to stay there, or it's
I
like,
love you,
ooh,
Bruce. I love you,
oh,
Bruce.
Bruce, that's cool.
Um, he's saying I suck at golf, to be clear, ladies and gentlemen. But no, so the greens in this course are actually pretty good. They're very difficult. The keepers are not nice. They put the
Yeah,
pins in difficult situations. And they're decently fast a majority of the time. And it really is a course where it's not tight. It's not very long, but you have to play in good. You have to play like the right part of the green. So if there's one green on a par 3 that's crazy slope downhill, and if they put that pin at the front and you hit it on the back, I don't care who you are, you're not two putting because you're going to have to go so far down that hill that you cannot stop it. The only thing that's going to stop it is it hitting the fringe. And so then you might have like a 7-foot putt to the hole, but you're off the fringe.
yeah,
So
yeah.
okay.
I'm a two putt connoisseur. Hey, you just give me my two putts, and we're on to
Yep.
the next hole.
The problem is getting on the green to where 2 putts is par.
That's
That's the problem we have.
Because usually for me, I hit the snowman by the time I'm up close to the green, and I'm like, yeah, well, I better move on anyway.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. And that's one of the reasons my dad and I scramble is, we don't want to be disrespectful to the program.
Right.
We want to keep things moving at a good pace here. And so in order to do that, we scramble. So
Yeah.
it's very fun. That's one of the big reasons I love living in Texas is not just like the weather of being able to play golf, but also, being able to come play golf with my dad.
Absolutely right.
That it makes the week a lot better.
Yeah.
When you're splitting up your work week with, oh, let's go out with Pops, play golf, go out to lunch afterwards.
Well, a bad day at golf is better than a good day at work. So,
Amen.
yeah.
Amen. And real quick, so yes, Bruce, there we go. So my dad's in here. Respect the game and don't play the gold tips. That is my father's and mine least favorite thing when you've got a group of guys playing from the furthest back tees who have absolutely no business playing
Yeah.
from the furthest back tees. Know your lane and stay in your
Yeah.
lane.
Stay humble. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Like,
Oh, we've had that happen all the time. Yep.
yeah. And like it, Braden, if you and I went out and we were both playing our own ball, we would never go past whatever the first set of men's tees is.
No.
Because we understand who we are and
Right.
we understand what we're here to do, and that is not be Tiger Woods.
No. No.
That's not
I have a better chance of being John Daly playing golf, and just the fact of drinking beer while playing golf. Like
exactly.
I can do. Oh, hey, I play a lot like John Daly. Just I drink beer on the golf course. So,
not
that's
actually
usually what it
having
is.
to do with
Yeah.
the quality of the golf.
Nothing to do with golf.
Just the style of existing
correct.
while playing the golf. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. So we are going to move on to, I believe, what is being called, around here in the business, Braden, the best podcast segment in sports. And that would be the Davis division. So Connor, go ahead and hop in. and join the party here.
Hold up, let me just correct you there, MJ. This is the greatest sports segment in podcast history.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit rough. Normally, Bruce is the one who handles the introductions. I'm not really in on the WWE, the dramatics. That's not really my part. I'm going to do my best today. I'm going to do my best.
With that being said,
yeah, that's all I got.
Let me talk to you. Now, well, I do want to say that I had a pretty eventful day today. I did go to the dentist of my 6-month checkup. It was very nice. A lot of people don't look forward to the dentist, but I do. I look forward to going and chit-chatting with the ladies that I haven't seen in 6 months. I've been going there my whole life. So it's nice to see familiar faces. So they're like, "Oh my gosh, how have you been for 6 months? How was the first semester of college?" And I was like, "Oh, it's been so good." They were like, "Oh, we heard you were in a fraternity." And I said, "Yeah, I kind of dropped it. It wasn't my cup of tea, so I dropped it, and so I started doing this more." And they were like, "Okay, to each his own." And so I swear that was the quickest dentist appointment I've ever had in my life, because I said I was in 30 minutes and out. And so they were like, when you have your teeth already clean, there's not really much to clean.
Okay.
Because I do pride myself on taking care of my teeth. But
no cavities then.
No cavities. I also pride myself on the greatest sports segment in podcast history.
That's correct.
Which is the Davis division. So with that being said, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. I did forget to pull overlays for each of my segments, but
that's okay.
I feel like that's forgiving. So today, if Bruce is watching, I wish he was still watching. I think he left. There's been some history in the making with the Chicago Bears, and it's not good history. So let's talk about these Chicago Bears records. They just lost 20-17 to the Browns, the Joe Flacco led Browns. And if I do get a little distracted, it's because the Saints are playing to my right. So I will put that out there.
It's okay.
The Bears have no hopes of making the postseason. They have no hopes. The playoffs
technically,
they're
not eliminated. Yeah.
They're not. They're
the worst team not mathematically eliminated.
With what I'm about to tell you, the hopes are gone.
Okay.
So, since week 11, they lead the NFL with 12 interceptions and 14 takeaways.
That sounds good.
That leads in. That's great. They scored 14 points off Cleveland that game, off the turnovers, which is the most in the season so far.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
They've outscored their opponents 39-0 in the third quarter in the past 5 games. That's great. That's all good.
Sounds like a playoff team to me.
And Montez Sweat is having a career year. He has 12.5 sacks on the year after they made that signing. So it all looks good, right? It all looks great. But here's the thing. This is the third time they've lost to an opponent after being up 10-0 in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's not good.
This ties the most in a season in NFL history. If it happens again, they will break the record and have the record. So my question is, yes, you can say something before I ask you the question.
Real quick, you said that ties NFL history for most blown leads in the fourth quarter?
They have 3 blown leads as they were up by 10 or more points in the fourth quarter.
They were up a combined 47-6. Or they were outscored 47-6 in those 3 games.
Goodness. I thought you said that they were going to tie a league record for blown leads in the fourth quarter.
No, it's already tied.
Oh,
it's already tied.
Would that have been with the Atlanta Falcons of who they would have tied with?
Oh, I don't know that question.
Okay.
I'd have to look that up. But my question is, what needs to change for this Chicago Bears team to get away all these discrepancies and go back to all those good records I just named to you before I said this one? And so, you want to talk about it first?
Yeah. So, Connor, I'll actually expand this even worse. So, let's go back to week 3 of 2022. Okay. The Bears win their week 3 game. They're 2-1. Okay. Justin Fields is flying high. The Bears are happy. Since that day, the Bears are 6-22 with 5 of those losses where they've had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. So they had 2 more last year and 3 this year. I don't even have a slot in my brain. Like, we'll joke with Braden, right, about 28-3, right? That's fair, yes. But that was one game to, I guess, a decent quarterback.
Let's just not talk about it. We'll just not even talk about it.
I guess decent.
Talk about it. It's okay.
Yes.
The Bears are losing, and let's be clear. If the Bears had won those 3 games, which they really should have, they would be 8-6, and they would be clearly in the playoff picture.
Yeah, right.
Like, they are that close. And so you have to look at, okay, what is the problem? The problem is clearly not that defense, especially since Montez Sweat, right? That's who Montez Sweat.
Yes.
For some reason, my mind blanked, and I was like, "That's not the guy." No, it's Sweat. Since Sweat arrived, the Bears have been on a tear defensively, so that's not the problem. So then you look at the offense, right? Justin Fields is clearly one of the most talented athletes in football. I don't think that's in question. I don't think his arm talent is in question, right? The kid's got a cannon. And so then you have to look at a few things. You have to look at some of his fundamentals. You have to look at the play calling and the other people on that offense. I will say, outside of DJ Moore, there's not much else on that Bears offense. And so if you want to be real critical of Justin Fields, you also have to look at everything around him. They've got 2 really good tackles. Their left and right tackle are fantastic. The interior of their offensive line is still not good. And so if you look at, it's really hard for a young quarterback in the NFL to play under or behind a bad offensive line. So if you want to know what needs to be fixed, then you need to surround him with a good cast. But then on the flip side, and I mean this just as a soft comparison, I'm not really trying to go there, but I saw something today that said, imagine Brock Purdy if he didn't have Trent Williams and he didn't have Christian McCaffrey for a couple months, and then didn't have any of Debo or George Kittle. That, and what the tweet said, not me, what the tweet I saw said was, that's what Jordan Love has done this year without his All-Pro left tackle, without an All-Pro running back for a bunch of the year, and without an established pass catcher, right? And so then you have to look at it and say, okay, if Jordan Love and other guys, because other guys have done it, it's not just him, and other guys can make a lot with little, then why isn't Justin Fields? And I'm going to be perfectly honest. Luke Getsy is a terrible play caller. Like, when you get down to it, that is going to be Braden. I don't know if you still have that graphic you were telling us about.
I just called it up, actually, right?
So where is Luke Getsy on that play calling list?
He is 32, 31, 30. He is the 29th worst play caller in terms of personnel and market efficiency.
Who's below him, if you don't mind me asking?
What's up?
Arthur Smith
below him
is number 32.
Arthur Smith.
That's what I was getting to.
Mind you, Arthur Smith is the worst play caller, almost by twice the much behind Bill O'Brien, who's the 31st offensive player.
And it's not even close. So,
but back to the Bears, please.
Yeah, exactly. So when you have one of the worst play callers in the NFL, that makes it really hard on a young quarterback who doesn't know any better, right? Luke Getsy was brought in. He was supposed to be the savior for Justin Fields because, he helped run this great offense in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers and all of that, right? But let's be honest here. Of all of the people on that pecking order that were running that offense, Luke Getsy was nowhere near the top. It was Rodgers running it, and then LaFleur, let's be clear, and then Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator. Luke Getsy, I believe, was the passing game coordinator in Green Bay, which especially didn't mean anything because Tom Clements, the Packers quarterback coach and guru, who was there for Favre, was there for Rodgers, he had more of an input on the passing game than Luke Getsy did. So you bring him into Green Bay or bring him into Chicago, of course it's going to fail, because then you go back to the talent and Justin Fields is running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He has one good receiver who, bless DJ Moore's soul, but if you throw 72 screens to him in the same game in Minnesota, eventually even the terrible Minnesota coaching staff is going to figure it out. So to answer your question, Connor, in the most long-winded answer of all time, there are so many problems in Chicago that people will argue about which one is worse. You can't even point out, like in Green Bay, you can point out it is the defensive play calling, period. That is their problem right now. The offense, they're doing pretty darn good. They keep getting put in some bad situations by that defense, and the players are getting put in bad situations by their idiotic defensive coordinator. In Chicago, I don't even know. Like, okay, they're missing some talent in some places. Their defense is playing well. I really don't know much about their special teams. I'll be honest. They're probably about average. Their offense is just streaky at best. So they're having one of those seasons where Eberflus might stay, but if he does, it's a disservice to that entire city.
So you're trying to find the lesser of two evils in Chicago right now.
Pretty much.
I'm a big fan of not firing a coach year one, because we've seen it so many times where these it's not Eberflus's first year?
Nope.
It's his what, second year?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought well.
No, he said this is his second full year with his whole coaching staff. Yeah. Actually, this might be his third year.
I think it's a second.
No, yeah, it's his second.
But real quick, if I
expand on this. Yeah, I asked to both.
So I like MJ's answer where it's a multitude of problems, because it is, but I think it does come back to coaching itself and not as much as Justin Fields. Fields is a talented player, and we've seen that with his legs. I don't think he's the best passer in the NFL, or not even top 10, I would say.
No.
But Chicago has the 22nd ranked offense in the league, so not good. Their defense is 22nd in points and 14th in yards. Their pass defense actually is awful. They're 29th in touchdowns given up, 26th in yards given up. But they have the best run defense in the league. They're first in rushing yards given up in terms of against. So I think it has everything to do with coaching and not as much as with players. Eberflus has to build this dynasty, and he has to bring in coordinators and coaches around him alike that can lift this team up. And you can't just rely on Justin Fields' talent if you don't have a coach that can find, hey, these are this guy's strengths, and here are the pieces around him that blend with him. So I don't think it has much as to do with players itself, but everything to do with coaches. It has to be coaches. You look at the good coaches in the NFL, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Mike McDaniel, they're amazing coaches. And yeah, they have good talent around them. But then again, you give Kyle Shanahan Brock Purdy. Look, he's an MVP quarterback this year. So,
well, let's keep in mind Kyle Shanahan won 4 games his first season with the Niners.
Right.
So it takes time, because you're not all of a sudden going to have that coaching staff that you just so desirably want. I like to see time. I like, even in college, I don't like to see head coaches go there. And I'm not saying Eberflus's first year, but I don't like to see them get fired pretty soon before they even have an impact on the team.
On the same way, yeah.
Let's go on to a more kind of controversial topic. Oh, I love college football. When I get to talk about it, it's amazing. If you're a big college football guy, me and Nate do talk about a fair share of college football on the breakdown on Tuesdays at 7 Central Time. So
Shameless
It's on the same
plug.
YouTube channel, so
Shameless
if
plug.
you're just over on YouTube, then 7
Shameless.
o'clock Tuesday, just go ahead and catch up with us. But FSU, Florida State University. Let's talk about it. They got snuffed in the playoffs. We all know. We all know this. Oh, Jordan
Nope.
Travis got injured. Oh, they snubbed us because our
They-
starting quarterback got injured. No,
They didn't get snubbed.
It was never a depth chart issue. Strength of schedule was always the case. And you say, oh, how did TCU make it? If you look at TCU schedule when they made the national championship, they were beating people by 30, 40 points. If you look at Florida State,
They also shouldn't have made it.
they beat up on LSU. I'll give them that. But Clemson, I can't say this one because I don't know for sure, but other ACC opponents, they took Clemson in overtime. They barely beat these other ACC opponents. That's why they didn't make the playoffs. But let's talk about it. Florida State has a board meeting. They want to talk about leaving the ACC because of the strength of schedule issue that snubbed them from the playoffs. If they leave the ACC, now keep in mind, they have a contract with the ACC, like a television contract and everything, that says they're there till 2036.
Oof.
Okay?
It's a long
That's
time.
a long time. Imagine buying someone out, like a head coach, till 2036. So they're going to have to pay a lot of money. Florida State would have to roughly pay $120 million if they wanted out of the ACC.
I honestly thought it would be worse.
Raising up tuition.
Whoever is more of the college football
like
person
Bradley.
can either take it. I'll leave it up to y'all because I really don't know. Does this fix the college football snubbing that they had to endure this season? Does it fix that?
If
Or are
FSU
they
leaves,
susceptible if they leave? Or are they susceptible? Because realistically, what's the only other conferences they could join, right? The Big Ten or the SEC, right? To fix that strength of schedule issue.
Or they go independent like Notre Dame.
Or they go independent and have their
well, Notre Dame's probably going to join the ACC. I'm pretty sure.
they might. Because they did. They have joined the ACC in previous, like during COVID, they were a part of the ACC. Notre Dame was. So they joined it throughout the years. So if Florida State were to buy out their little exit pay, $120 million, does that fix their strength of schedule snubbing?
No.
Someone take it away.
I think it would make it harder if they leave the ACC and go to the SEC.
Really?
If they go to the SEC, I don't think they even have a chance to make the college football playoffs. Now, if the CFP goes to what, 8 teams or 12 teams next year? 12? Okay.
The top
maybe.
4 get a bye.
Top 4
Well,
get a bye.
yeah, of course they're top 12.
But I don't know. Like the SEC
Doesn't mean
is
they're
tough.
winning anything.
Because
who would have been let's look at it. So if they're going to be 12 teams next year, can we look at who the top 12 would have been? Now they would have been in the top 12. So if we look at the college football playoff rankings at the end of the year, Michigan, Washington, Texas, Alabama, then FSU, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Missouri. Really? Missouri?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's where I show my college football ignorance. Penn State, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Okay. So if you take out the top 4, Florida State plays Oklahoma. Okay. They probably win that, right?
Do you think they win that, though? Oklahoma beat Texas. Is Texas a better team than Florida State?
Oklahoma did beat Texas, but that's the only really big team they played other than they lost to Oklahoma. They lost to Oklahoma State, and they lost to Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay. So MJ may have a point. I may have to.
I think Florida State wins that game. Depending on how other things play out, my guess is they have to play one of the top 4.
They play, if Alabama wins, they would really.
No, Alabama's in a bye.
They do
right?
have a bye, but we're talking about the next week, right?
Yeah,
After
so we're
Florida
talking
State
about
beats
week
Oklahoma.
2. Florida State beats Oklahoma, right? Now you're down to 8
Yeah,
teams.
they play Alabama then. If the
Right,
top 8,
right.
let's say that top 8 make it.
Yeah.
Florida State would then have to play Alabama.
Yeah.
They don't beat Alabama.
And Florida State gets waxed.
Yeah,
right.
they
You're
don't
not
play.
beating
They don't beat Alabama.
So, congratulations for making the college football playoff of 12. You'll get maybe a little bit more revenue. I don't know how that's all going to work if they're going to play. I would assume neutral sites still.
Yeah.
So you don't even get really revenue from that. So congratulations, you made the playoff and you're still going home before anything important happens. So you're not fixing the fact that you are not one of these big programs. Like, I'm sorry, FSU, you had your glory days. You were good when Bruce watched college football. And now you're not relevant anymore because Dion went there, right? That's where Dion went for
Dion, yeah, Jalen Ramsey, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, so they used to be good,
Jameis
but
Winston.
they're not anymore. So, and to say they're not good, they're not going to win the national championship. Like, that's the frame that I'm putting this in. Michigan has got a shot. Texas, maybe. Alabama, always. Georgia, always. FSU is always going to be like, they're the Dallas Cowboys of college football. They'll give you regular season numbers. And I don't care if you put Florida State in this number 4 spot. They're not winning back-to-back games in the college football playoff.
I think it'll have a lot to say because Georgia and Florida State are playing each other in the playoffs in the Orange Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So if Georgia goes out and smacks Florida State around, I don't think FSU has any chance to stand by their case of it. If they buy out, see you later. Like, no, there's no way.
You think they if they give Georgia a run for their money, they might actually go for it?
Oh, then absolutely.
I think that
you should, and I would support them 100% if they smack Georgia around. But
if they get mollywopped by Georgia, that destroys any bit of credibility or weight in the argument that they had against this college football playoff committee, because they're sitting here complaining their butts off. But if they lose to the number 6 team in the country,
yeah,
and they will, mark my words, they will lose to Georgia. There's no way that third string quarterback's beating the Georgia Bulldogs defense.
Well, first of all, I think Georgia
might
should
be
get ranked over Florida State.
Georgia lost to Alabama. That's
Georgia lost, so that's why
I don't care. Florida State didn't play anybody. Like we talked about this last week, right? They didn't play anybody.
Well, they did beat LSU in week 1, and LSU was good.
Yeah.
But other than that, then they were kind of like,
were they though?
They played Duke.
LSU. What did LSU end this year?
LSU only lost 3 games, but you got to take into consideration, MJ. LSU had one of the top offenses in college
LSU
football.
finished 13.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, so they beat the third. I don't really care about what they were supposed to be. I care about what they ended up being, and LSU was not one of the top teams in the country.
Well, they had to go through Georgia, Alabama, and whoever, Ole Miss.
Right, exactly. So Florida State, if they had to go through Georgia, Alabama, and Ole Miss, would look even worse than LSU.
I agree.
Well, let me tell you a little secret about LSU and their head coach, Brian Kelly. So I'm a Notre Dame fan. Sorry, I currently go to ASU. But anyway, besides the point, I'm a Notre Dame fan. And Brian Kelly was...
he goes to ASU?
Yeah.
Wait till we get Nate in here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
But regardless of the fact, let me tell you a little secret. Any big game that Brian Kelly coaches in, he will lose. Brian Kelly is the most feeble coach when it comes.
Didn't he beat Alabama?
He beat Alabama his
year.
First year. That's why I'm going to say I disagree with that statement.
At Notre Dame, because
I watched that game.
Every game. He lost almost every big game. I remember when Notre Dame made it to the national championship, got walleyed by Alabama. I might have just made up a word right there, but I don't even. Brian Kelly cannot coach in big games. That's why LSU is what LSU is. But anyway.
Well, he's got a point generally. But yeah.
My Brian Kelly rant is done.
Go ahead, Connor. You got one more?
Let's get on to the last one, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will wrap it up with some everybody's favorite Jeff Fortetny. Let's go to the Saints and Rams. I got it in the background right here. Thursday Night Football. I got to talk about it, especially with the Falcons fan here. We got to talk about it. So currently, the Rams are up 7-0. They stopped the Saints. Derek Carr got sacked on like 3rd and 7.
Shocker.
Whatever. Saints won last meeting 27-20. They did beat the Rams, and I'm not a big Rams fan historically. I don't care for him that much, but I don't hate them. That 2018 NFC Championship game, it still stings. It still stings. That no call, worst no call in NFL history. I don't know. I don't care how you see it. Worst call in NFL history. Guy hits what's his face? Lee Lewis, whatever his first name is. And there's no call. There's no call. He just gets smacked before the ball is even there, and there's no call. Anyways, they're playing right now. I hope the Saints whoop them. Rams are favored by 4 points. Over-unders 45.5. I don't have the weather for y'all because
That's
Nate's
okay.
not here.
That's okay. Yeah.
So I want you to tell me if the over-unders made. Over-under, you know how it works. Do the Rams win by more than 4 points? And who's winning the NFC South this season? Currently, the Saints and Buccaneers are tied 7-7, but the Buccaneers have more divisional wins than the Saints. So when it gets down to it, the Buccaneers are in first place, Falcons are in third, and of course the Panthers are last.
So, first of all, I think the Rams are clearly the superior football team than the Saints. I think they have a better offense by far. I think their defenses match up decently well. I know the Saints are supposed to have a really good defense, but Matthew Stafford has been balling.
He's shown 1 pick in the last 4 games. He's 3-1 in the last 4 games, and he's thrown 12 touchdowns in those 4 games.
Proven my point. I think this was the over-under 48?
45.5.
Oh, yeah. We're hitting the over on that.
It's only 7-0 right now, almost the second quarter.
I think we're hitting the over. I think Derek Carr and Stafford will get in a shootout. I'm going like, what do I have to get to hit that? That's not even that much. I'm going 24-20. No, that doesn't hit it. That doesn't hit it.
MJ.
That doesn't hit it.
See, stay with the under.
27-21 Rams.
Okay, that hits it.
27-21 Rams.
So the Saints don't get a field goal then? Is that what you're saying?
The Saints have struggled in the red zone, except last game. Jimmy Graham scored a red zone touchdown, and I was freaking falling off my chair because I have not seen Jimmy Graham score a red zone touchdown since I was 9 years old.
Nobody
9 years old. It's been a decade.
Jimmy Graham hasn't seen himself score a red zone touchdown.
Don't say that name either. That name gives me PTSD.
Yeah, it gives me PTSD too, because he came and stole $10 million from the Packers.
Oh, yeah.
He was good on the Seahawks.
He was not good on the Packers. He forgot how to jump.
Hey, but he's back. Jumping.
It was ridiculous. And then who wins the NFC South? Those Buccaneers. Well, okay, I'm not going to say anything.
MJ, I love it. I'm sorry, I hate to butt in, but there was you do your whole NFL schedule layout at the beginning of the year, right? And I love you.
I know what you're going to bring up. That's
fine. And I love you like a brother. MJ predicted the Carolina Panthers to win the NFC South this year.
Really? With Bryce Young, as bad as I told you Bryce Young was going to be. You didn't listen to Connor D.
And I ridiculed this man every week. Connor, if you could tell me, what is the Carolina Panthers record right now? I know
they won 2 games, and their past game that they won was actually against your Falcons 9-7.
Okay, we don't need just the record. Just the record. We don't need to tell us how they got that record. But I asked MJ, the Panthers, really? He goes, I like their roster.
He likes Bryce Young at starting quarterback. The 5'7" Bryce Young.
So
MJ, why are you not picking the Carolina Panthers to win the NFC South? Is what I'm.
Oh, Jack thought they'd win the South too. So he's just as.
You guys are smoking good stuff that I
know. What the heck?
So, okay.
I told you Bryce Young was going to be bad.
You shut your mouth, Mr. CJ Stroud. So, there's a couple things here, right? First of all, what I actually said, what had happened was, I said I liked their coaching staff.
You told me you liked their roster.
Let me pull up. I'm trying to find the actual article, so that I can. You
like Frank Reich as head coach?
I never
said
he's
even there no more.
I talked about the the rest of the staff.
I will say their offensive coordinator when Frank Reich was still, I don't know if their OC is still there after he got hired. I am also a fan of. But
So, well, because they even had Josh McCown as just a quarterback coach.
I know he's gone. He's not there anymore.
Josh McCown isn't there anymore?
No, they got rid of him when they fired Reich.
Josh McCown is a quarterbacks coach for someplace now.
I know he's
Okay.
not in Carolina.
Well, then
He's somewhere. Let me look it up.
that's tough. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you're wrong. And that one was a little bit off. But my point in that piece still stands that it was a wide open division.
Very true.
What were the other records I had? The other records I had, they were kind of far off. I had Falcons 8-9, Saints 7-10. I had Bucks at 2-15. I didn't say Baker Mayfield coming. I didn't see that.
I did.
See
I wish
him
we
being
signed
good.
Baker Mayfield.
You wanted
I
Baker
would.
Mayfield?
I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan because me and Nate talked about it, and I think Baker Mayfield taking the Browns to the, and he said no, it was the run game and the defense. You have to have at least a competent quarterback to take a team to the AFC Championship. I don't care how you see it.
Yeah.
You got to have at least a competent quarterback to take a team to the AFC Championship. And Baker Mayfield did it after the Browns had not gone to a playoff game. I don't know how long. He took them to the dang championship game. So I am a big Baker Mayfield fan.
And I think Baker wins the division.
And guess what? Like I said on the breakdown, the first player in NFL history to have a perfect passer rating as an opponent during an away game. He's the second person in Lambeau to do it. MJ, you know who the
In
first
Lambeau.
one was?
The first one to do it
To
ever?
have a perfect passer rating in Lambeau.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Well, Baker Mayfield's second.
Yeah. This is me when Connor talks.
Well, we'll just hear Jeff Ortepney talk then. I appreciate it,
Perfect.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
But,
sir. Thank you, Connor.
Yes, I'll be back to kind of give you a Jeff Ortepney spiel afterwards. But Aaron
Home
Rodgers'
insurance.
face, yeah, Aaron Rodgers' face may be on the ground, but you can pick yourself up with a little bit of home insurance, guys.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Wertepney at 704-464-4544, tell him that the host of the greatest sports segment in podcast history sent you. And when you tell him that, tell him this too.
Let me talk to you.
And then guess what? He'll give you some pretty good home insurance.
He will.
That's everything for me, guys.
He'll
I'll be
hook
in
you
the
up.
background hooking y'all.
Uh-oh, we're
Just
down.
like Jeff, we're down. We're down for the
Hold
count.
Hold
One,
up.
2, kick out at 2.5.
Ah!
Kick out at 2.5. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the playoff picture. These two guys above me up here, and I will holler at y'all when I can. Bye,
Are we
guys.
okay? Are we okay?
Are we good? Are we good? Do we need a moment?
I think so.
Or do
I
we
think
need to-
we're good. Hold up. All right. So Braden, what we're going to be doing now that I've gotten my life together a little bit here, is, I may have messed up my playoff picture a little bit, right? And my original
happens.
prediction. Hold up. I want to see how far off I was, and then we'll get down to it.
When Derek Carr goes down. I hope
that's
the
tough.
Saints just get them.
Okay, mine was decent. I think I got like 5 for 7 here. I had San Fran, Green Bay, Philly, Carolina, Dallas, Detroit, and New York.
New York, the Jets,
No, Giants.
Giants for the NFC. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah, the Carolina,
New York are pretty far off at this point. Green Bay still controls their own destiny. They got like a 96% chance to make the playoffs if they win.
Do
out.
they still play the Lions yet?
Packers?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't matter. They can't win the division.
Okay, so they're going for the wild card then.
Yeah, but they have like a 96% chance probability if they win out. And then in the AFC, I had Kansas City. I had the Jets. That was with Aaron Rodgers. Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Buffalo, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean Pittsburgh still has a chance too.
Do they?
They're 7-, or did they get eliminated?
No, very few people are actually officially eliminated.
They're still 7-7. So
yeah, right now Pittsburgh is in the 10 spot. The problem is in the AFC, you are looking at 8-6 right now to get in. So you're probably looking at 9-8 at least.
And they have Mason Rudolph starting for them.
Yeah, so that's going to be tough. So what I want to do is kind of look at, we'll start in the conference that neither of us have an allegiance to. We'll start in the AFC. Right now we've got Ravens in the 1, Dolphins, Chiefs, Jaguars as the division leaders. Cleveland Browns at 9-5 in the 5 seed. Bengals and Colts at 8-6 in the 6 and 7. But they are both tied with the Texans and the Bills, who are also at 8-6. So you've got 9 teams who are really in this hunt. If somebody, the problem for like Steelers Broncos, who are both 7-7, is you're gonna need a lot of help to get into that playoff picture, to climb 3-4 spots in that playoff picture. So really what we're looking at right now, for the most part, is so the Jaguars are actually tied officially with the Colts for the division lead. Jacksonville, actually all 3 teams in the AFC South are 8-6, but Jacksonville has the head-to-head. Okay, so the first question, I suppose, is who wins the AFC South?
Ooh. Well, so I like Jacksonville. I really do like Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's remaining 3 games are the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Titans.
That's definitely 2 wins with the Panthers and the Titans.
Wait. AFC South, right? Texans, Colts, Titans, Jaguars.
Yeah.
You said Panthers and Bucks.
Those are the last 2 games.
They're playing the Jaguars.
Okay, good. Just making sure we got it.
Okay. Yeah, I know my divisions, Connor. Colts' last 3 games are Falcons, Raiders, and Titans. Or sorry, no. Falcons, Raiders, Texans.
Falcons, Raiders, Texans.
So
they're definitely winning 2 out of 3. Houston can be tough.
Yeah. So I think that game plays a huge part in how this all falls down. The Texans have the hardest one of all of them. They have Browns, Titans, Colts.
Yeah. So I would say just based off of schedule, I would go Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville is my pick for the AFC South.
And then if you've got Indy winning 2 of those 3.
Yeah, but then that would give them the same. But then Jacksonville would still make it in because of the head-to-head.
They would still have the head-to-head.
So Jacksonville just has to win 2 out of their 3. If the Colts win 2 out of their 3.
Yes. Correct, because I believe they beat the Colts twice. The Jaguars split with Houston. So if Houston ties with Jacksonville, then we get into
out of conference wins, I'm pretty sure.
Well, division and then conference.
Yeah.
So the playoff stuff is always wild. So then you can go to the AFC North. The Ravens have clinched a playoff spot, but not yet the division. Pretty much all they have to do is win 2 games, and that division is theirs. Really win 1, and you're making it you make it so Cleveland has to win out if you only win 1. So I think we're all pretty confident Baltimore wins that division. Then you look at the Browns and the Bengals,
which is I think it's going to be 2 of the most interesting matchups in the playoffs if they both make it in, because both of them don't have their starting quarterback.
And the Browns play the Bengals week 18.
Ooh.
So
I mean, that's going to decide a wild card.
let's just say week 18, we have Colts Texans, which could decide some things. You have Browns Bengals, which could decide some things. And then I want to say, if I go, you have Bills Dolphins.
Is that whose last 2 games are those?
No, so that's all week 18.
Okay.
You have Colts Texans,
Bills Dolphins,
Browns Bengals, and Bills Dolphins week 18. So what I love about the AFC playoff picture is, and let the record show that Connor Davis in our private chat just said Joe Flacco is daddy. Let that record show real quick. You have 3 games in week 18 that pretty much can decide some of the playoff picture. Because, I mean, Buffalo's on a hot streak. Heaven forbid, Miami has a gauntlet of 3 last games. Cowboys, Ravens, Bills.
Oh, my.
Braden, let me just say, there is a world where that game against Buffalo is who wins the division.
I would wholeheartedly agree.
That division is not won yet.
No, not
in the least bit. Because Buffalo just has Chargers Patriots.
Yeah, that's 2 dubs
before the Dolphins. So the Dolphins are in a position where they also have to win. They have to win 2 of those games.
Well, if Tyreek's got to be healthy, that's the only thing. And the caveat with Miami this season is, let me get this right. No, their defense is a lot better than it was a few weeks ago, because their defense was like 20th in points given up.
But they were winning shootouts. Yeah.
Right. Well, they have the best offense in the league.
Right.
But then again, defense wins championships. But.
Yeah. So Braden, and I would assume we're all pretty confident Kansas City still pulls it out and wins that division. They're not going to.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think this playoff picture looks like? Give me your official prediction. No, Connor, the Broncos aren't doing jack.
Do you just want me to give you the AFC, my AFC guys?
Give me AFC for now, then we'll dive into the NFC.
So I love Baltimore as a 1 seed. I think Baltimore is going to run away with the 1 seed. After you just telling me, because I didn't know the last 3 opponents for Miami, I think Buffalo takes that AFC East crown from Miami. I really do.
Okay.
So that would move Buffalo to the 2 seed, or I guess it would depend on records by then.
It would be probably Buffalo or Kansas City.
Yeah. So Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City, and then obviously, or I guess not obviously anymore. After
put Kansas City as 2. Put Kansas City as 2 because they're at least going to have 11 wins, and they lost to the Bills. Never mind.
Yeah, that was the game.
So if the Bills win out, if KC wins 2 of their last games, then that would put Buffalo as the 2 seed.
Who are Kansas City's last 2 games? Can we look?
They have Raiders, Bengals, Chargers.
Bengals could be tough for them.
But you have to think 2 of those games are divisional opponents. Like, I understand they're Raiders, Chargers, but we have seen weird Raiders Chiefs games. We have seen weird. We got Nate coming in here in a few minutes. He can tell us more about, how much divisional games actually do matter. And then the Bengals are playing possessed right now. So the Bills at least make the playoffs. And if you say they went out and win the division, then that would put them at the 2 seed, most likely.
Well, let's just for giggles, let's just say Buffalo makes it in as the 2 seed. And then we'll go Kansas City as the 3 seed. And then I still like Jacksonville at the 4 seed. Jacksonville at the 4 seed. This is, and then the last 3 teams are really going to be in the top, but because right now it's Browns, Bengals, and Colts in that order for the last 3 teams. And really the only other teams that I think that have a chance to make it is Houston, but Houston is also in the AFC South.
Yeah.
And then Pittsburgh, and then Connor talked about Denver a little bit, but I don't think Denver has got it with Sean Payton screaming at Russell Wilson on the sideline. Anyway,
You do have to
to be
remember, by the way,
completely honest,
if we're kicking Miami out of the division, they would get the 5 seed.
so they would get.
Actually, maybe not, because if Cleveland wins multiple games, Miami probably still makes the playoffs, right?
Yeah, Miami definitely makes the playoffs. So I would probably kick out if I had to choose to kick out one of those 3 teams. I think I'm kicking out Cincinnati.
Okay.
I think I'm kicking out Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, I think, is out this Sunday.
Yeah.
Don't confirm that, or it's not confirmed by me. Anyway, so yeah, I would go Miami at the 5th seed, and then Cleveland at the 6th, and Indy at the 7th, because Indy will beat Atlanta this weekend. So
Yeah, that's true. No, I think I agree with most of that. I think I might go more of Baltimore. I think Kansas City probably wins out. If we're being honest, that would give them 12 wins. So I think it's Baltimore, Kansas City. Did Buffalo play Jacksonville? Do they have a tiebreaker in here? Buffalo lost to Jacksonville. So we're gonna go not Buffalo.
know, right?
Buffalo and Jacksonville. This is hard. So Baltimore, Kansas City, Jacksonville, Buffalo. Then I'm gonna go Cleveland. Miami falls to 6.
Miami falls to 6.
Miami falls to 6.
Okay. So who takes the top wild card spot then again?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I
So you
think
say Cleveland. Okay.
Because in order for that to work, Cleveland just has to win 2, and Baltimore only wins 1.
Okay.
And if that world is true, that means the Colts would get the 7 seed, because the Browns winning that amount of games probably means they beat Houston, and Houston falls out, as well as Cincy. So
yeah, I don't think Houston is making it. And I just don't like Cincinnati without.
Houston's had a great run, but
right.
I don't know how long that juice can go. They're going to be a great team for a while, because CJ Stroud is going to make them a great team.
Yeah.
But
100%.
at the end of the day, some of your limitations will hold you. So then, we got about 10 minutes before Nate hops in here. So hopping over to the NFC. Right now we've got San Francisco, Dallas, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Philly, Minnesota, and then the Rams. Minnesota and the Rams are in that cluster with, again, like the AFC, we've got 4 teams who are at 7-7, and then the Falcons and Packers sitting behind them at 6-8, just trying to hang on there, ladies and gentlemen.
I think if you look at 1, 2, 3 is probably locked down for,
I think so, yeah,
conference wins for the champs, but 4, 5, 6, and 7 I think are going to be coin flips down to the last week. Because
so do you think Philly or Dallas? That's the first question you have to answer.
I'm saying Dallas. I think Philly's offense right now they're not clicking. It's been 3 straight, right? They've lost.
Yep.
Something's wrong with Jalen Hurts. He's either hurt, sick, whatever.
But the Eagles played Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
But if Dallas wins out, then Dallas still makes it in, or no? Because Philly beat Dallas, right?
No, Dallas. Wait, because they've played twice. Dallas won 1 and lost 1.
Okay.
So I think ESPN doesn't have it listed. Maybe Jack or Connor knows on why Philly loses this tiebreaker. Strength of schedule. Philly has the better strength of schedule and strength of victory. Division. Well, I guess it's division wins. Dallas has one more
Yeah,
division win.
Dallas has.
But if Philly
Dallas,
if Philly beats the Giants twice, that gives them 5. And Dallas plays the Commanders one more time, so they would have a chance to get 5. So then you would go.
either way, Dallas would win the East if Philly beats the Giants twice, because they're
Not
'cause
necessarily, because then you go to conference where
but Dallas
Philly would
Dallas has
be.
it right now by division wins and conference wins.
Yes, but Dallas only plays 2 more conference games, and Philly plays 3. And Dallas only plays 1 more division game, and Philly plays 2. So they have a chance. Philly has a chance to catch up on both. So if Philly wins all 3 of their games, they would be equal. Like if Philly and Dallas both win out, they're equal all the way to strength of schedule where Philly wins.
Oh, well, that's a good
So they
point.
may have the tiebreaker right now, but if my calculations are correct, that's what it looks like.
So are you saying
So-
regardless then Philly, because those are
I would still
extreme-
pick Philly. Can I go ahead? Give me your bracket.
I think I still have to stay with Dallas as the East Championships. I would much rather see Philly because I don't like that. But anyway, then obviously I think Detroit's winning the North, and NFC South. As much as there's still somehow a mathematical chance that the Falcons win the NFC South, there is no way. I think Tampa Bay is going to run away with that. Philly makes it in as a wild card. Minnesota and then Rams. So if this game right now that's on, Rams and Saints, are going to decide a lot on who makes it in as a wild card.
Yep.
And right now I like the Rams over the Saints. So I'm definitely saying the Rams sneak in. I guess we'll have to look at schedule here.
I'm actually running through the ESPN playoff machine real quick. Hold up. Let's see. I might actually toss my screen up here for a second. It might even. Oh, dang it. I got rid of it. Actually, is Nate there yet? No, Nate's not on screen. I kind of want to run through this with Nate as well and see what he's got. Let me see if I can share this and how this might look.
So Connor said if they both went out, Dallas is still ranked number 1.
Really?
Yeah. Because if they tie in record, it goes to divisional wins, and then if they tie in divisional wins, it's going to conference wins.
Okay, so Brayden, let's run through this real quick, as quickly as we can. Okay, so Rams Saints. Rams win this game, yes.
Rams win this game.
Vikings Lions.
Yep.
Bengals Steelers. Bengals.
We can say Bengals. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like no
Jacksonville beats the Bucks.
I'm actually gonna say Bucks win that one.
Okay.
I think that's
Bills beat Chargers.
Bills, yeah.
Bears probably.
Yeah.
Browns Texans.
Oh, that's
Browns.
Their defense is really good.
Dallas wins that right now, I think. This doesn't really matter, but I guess we'll say Commanders.
Broncos probably win that one.
Seahawks win that. Chiefs win that. Falcons lose that.
Yeah.
Eagles win. Packers. Dear goodness, I hope they win that.
Hey, let's just say this right now.
It's a Super Bowl.
This is your Super Bowl preview.
I guessed 49ers.
I'm going 49ers too. Yeah.
As of right now, okay. Week 17, Browns, Rams. Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys. That's at home. Cowboys. Eagles. Ravens.
Ravens.
Bucks.
I
Yes.
still say the Bucks. Yeah.
Bills.
San Fran.
Yeah. I'll give it to you.
I might be at that.
Ooh, fun. I'll give it to you. Seahawks. Yes.
Yeah. Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Colts.
Colts. Chiefs.
Jags.
Broncos. Texans. Oh, that's actually going to be an important game for me.
I would say
don't
Green
know.
Bay.
Okay.
Off the bat, I'd say Green Bay. But
I'll let you say it. So Seahawks, Broncos, Ravens, Bills,
Bucks.
Tampa, who cares? Jets, Browns.
That's in New
Saints.
Orleans. Yeah, Saints.
Lions, Eagles, Packers. Ooh, that's still 49ers. Ooh. This is where it gets fun.
I'm gonna give it to the Colts.
Okay. Jags, Chiefs, Cowboys.
So we'll generate our picks.
How do I do it? Oh, select criteria. Win percentage? What? How do I get rid of? Because isn't there a bracket down here? I need tech support.
Connor.
What is it doing? Share my scenario. What do you mean? I want to look at my scenario. Connor, help. How do I... Connor, you can hop in here if you actually know how to fix this. Because isn't it supposed to generate automatically? What am I doing wrong? Connor says, I don't have any idea. Thank you.
Scroll all the way down. Does it give you a projected rankings thing? Because that's what it's giving me on mine. No, it's not.
Is my thing bugged?
Your thing might be bugged.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Refresh. Connor, I think it's time to bring Nate in. Yeah, I think my thing might be bugged. Hi, Nate.
Hello, Nate. Oh, I see.
There he is.
I see.
There he is. There's my good-looking man.
So let me say,
what a dashing young man.
I've gone to ASU for only a semester, and my first semester living in Arizona, and the hate that I've developed for Arizona University is incredible. This is crazy.
He hasn't even said anything yet. He's just milking it. Actually, can I go? How about this? Let's go full Nate Ness.
Let's go.
What a good-looking young man.
I don't got anything to say. All my ASU stuff is down in Arizona, so I don't got nothing to say. He wins this battle.
This is amazing. Nate, how you doing, brother? Yeah, updates it, but it's like it's
Brayden,
fun.
how you doing?
It's like
How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I want you to address me as alumni of the number 13th ranked.
You could have it.
Oh my gosh. I'm just mad. Brayden, is your screen working? Can you share?
You want me to try it?
Yeah, because I want to run through this with Nate too. I want to get
Whoa. Before we run through anything.
Nate's also just showing off those pecs at the same time.
Well, that's what happens when you go to the University of Arizona.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, right.
You lift
Right.
weights. You lift weights. You look like you did 15 years in San Quentin. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They don't be saying that anymore.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, we can see Braden's. All right, here we go. That's what I want to see. Okay. So Braden, speed run these again. Nate, if you disagree with any of these, Let us
saying-
know.
Is that like right? Is that like right now? Are you simulating?
Yes. So we're picking every game for the rest of the year, and it's pumping. It's going to pump out our playoffs.
Who did we say? Bills.
Bills, Bears.
Bears. We said Cleveland because of defense.
Dallas.
But Miami's at home though.
Oh, Nate, what do you think? Dallas or Miami? Oh, I know what Nate's going to pick. I can't ask him that question.
Thank you.
Give it to Miami. We're going to respect Nate.
Okay.
Washington, Broncos, Seahawks, Chiefs, Colts, Eagles, Packers, and
San Fran. I was gonna walk away with that one.
Okay. So what changes after the first week? Buffalo gets in, and Colts go up to winning the division.
Yes,
is the biggest change, and then Seattle, LA are the wild cards. Okay, so that's after this.
And Philly moves up to winning the division. Did you say that?
Yeah, if Dallas loses. Okay. So go on to week 17.
All right, Browns,
Rams, Cowboys, Eagles, Ravens.
Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore at home.
Bucks,
Tampa, Bills,
San Fran, Dirty Birds. Seahawks, Colts, Chiefs, Jags. Drew Brees is at the Saints game. Bet Connor's happy. Get that man off my TV screen. We said Packers, right?
And I think we said Houston.
Okay. All right. So what changes here?
So now we've got Denver in the playoffs.
Denver's in the playoffs.
Are we sneakily throwing Denver into the playoffs right now without even knowing it? Okay. And then nothing's really changing
Nothing changed in the
NFC. Okay. So go to week 18.
Final week.
We got Seattle.
This is Broncos.
Yeah, it's Denver.
Yeah, because Broncos beat the Chargers and the Raiders in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. So Ravens.
This might be Miami though. Final game of the year. Buffalo's coming down.
Does it put Buffalo winning the division? It puts Buffalo winning the division if you pick them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Buffalo they would just
Nate, I know you're biased, but what do you think about this?
What, Miami Buffalo?
Yeah, week 18.
That's gonna be a big game right there. I mean, because this next 3 weeks, Miami has Dallas, Baltimore, then Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We got 3 teams that are really in the playoffs or in the playoff hunt. If they can win, if they could somehow win,
they literally just have to win the Buffalo game. They don't even have to win the other 2.
Yeah, really, that's the game that you really want to. Whoa! Wait a minute, wait. They really got to win one of those 3 games because they can win the division and still have that they still have that game lead on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is all Miami has to do is beat Buffalo in week 18. We have them losing the other 2.
Well, we have them winning versus Dallas this week.
Yeah, we have them winning versus the Stars.
Okay.
So they can lose this game. So this game doesn't matter to them unless they want to win the division.
Yeah, so if I can see if Miami just pulls a rabbit out their ass and wins the next 2 games, wins week 16 and 17, I can see them resting the starters in week 18.
Because they'd already have the division.
They have the division. Because that will be basically it. I mean, you can rest the starters. You can have them play a series or maybe a series or 2 or a quarter just to keep the momentum and keep the continuity in the offense and on defense and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then you can go ahead and go back and just, we're going to rest and let the week 18 play out so we can go ahead and get our matchups. Because right now, the last 3 weeks of the season, again, this is just going to be crunch time. I mean, you look at both the AFC picture and the NFC picture, it's heating up, and it looks very, very good. If you look at all the teams that are in the wild card and teams that are in the hunt, this next 3 weeks, you can't lose a game. Even the teams that are division leaders, ultimately, you cannot lose a game. And
really?
That's the beautiful thing about it is because you have so many division games that are at the end of the season.
Yeah, really, Detroit and San Francisco are the only ones that are kind of chilling.
Right.
Everybody else, like, they could get knocked off.
Wait, hold on. Who does San Fran have the next 3 weeks? I mean, they play Baltimore, and that's going to be a big game. That's a big game right there.
It doesn't even matter because San Francisco literally just has to win a game, or the Rams lose a game and they win the division.
San Francisco plays Washington next week, and then the Rams for the last week.
They're fine.
They're fine.
Yeah.
So
What about Philly? What about Philly? Hold on. What about Philly?
Philly has Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
See, and that's you know what? But
you play the Giants twice.
You got it, but
so Nate, talk to me about divisional opponents. How hard? So the Eagles are clearly the better football team than the Giants, right? I think everybody and their mama can agree on that. But when you play a divisional opponent twice in 3 weeks, how difficult is that?
I mean, when you play a division opponent, it's not like it's hard because they know you just like you know them. You have to see each other twice a year, every year, and whatnot. So there's familiarity in so many aspects. But when you play them within a week of each other, 2 weeks of each other,
weeks 16 and 18.
Well, you play them twice in the 3 week span. Anything can happen in that moment. In that moment. I mean, Philly has been. I don't even like to say this, but this is the reality of it. Philly has been exposed in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
and in the aspect I'm talking about is Philly has gotten away from their true identity and so forth, running the ball very, very well, and which running the ball allows them to open up the passing game and so forth. And then defensively, they have not been the bullies like they normally have been on the offensive and defensive lines. That's one thing we can say when we associate Philadelphia Eagle football this year and last year is that they were so dominant at the line of scrimmage and at the point of attack. Yeah. They controlled the line of scrimmage both offensively and defensively, which, again, dictated how they played the game. Now they're being bullied, and teams are not afraid to punch them first and bring the fight to them. Now they're looking a little, you know how that boxer, when he gets hit with that nice little counter, and he's a little dazed and he's a little like
oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's how Philly's looking right now.
Yeah, 100% agree.
So are we saying Buffalo? Real quick.
Buffalo. And then
it's okay, Nate. You don't have to verbally say it. It's okay.
Hey, we can pick ties too. Just anyway. Bucks there. Jets, Patriots. I guess we'll say Patriots. Browns and Bengals can shape up to be a very big.
That's going to be a good game, right? That's going to be a good game right there.
Even if the Bengals win this game, they don't make it in the playoffs.
Because we've had them.
Because we've picked the.
We've had them losing in the other 2 games.
Hey, but have y'all seen that AFC North and how it's panning out? I mean, this year
they're so good.
That AFC North is still competitive. I mean, you got the 3 top teams. One of the teams that kind of shocked me and surprised me and disappointed me all in one time was the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you look at the Steelers over the last 2 or 3 weeks, they had complete control of their destiny. They've played just piss poor ball these last 2-3 weeks. They could be 10. They could be what 10-4 right now.
They should
be 10-4 right now. But they've pissed away opportunity after opportunity. Now, again, people can say what they want to. When you play against, I guess you say lesser caliber type teams, they played against the Arizona Cardinals and lost, if I'm not mistaken.
You played down.
You played down to the level of your competition. It's not the same thing about Arizona because that's still an NFL franchise, and winning NFL in itself is hard. But when you're the clear-cut superior team, and you just again go out there and you lay an egg and you have a piss poor moment, that's if you're a team that is in a playoff hunt that has aspirations to making it to the playoffs, and you had a golden path, and you picked that away. Oh no, I'm so disappointed in the Steelers.
I am too. I'm disappointed that they turned to Mason Rudolph as their quarterback when they still have a chance to make the playoffs. Very low. All right.
What are the games we got to pick?
So I just picked Browns for that one, and then Falcons Saints. Saints will win that.
Who cares?
Home. I care.
Lions win
Anyway,
that one.
Lions. Philly at New York. I still think Philly wins that one.
Wait, go back. Wait, Brayden, go back. Hold on.
Yep.
With the Saints and the Saints and the Bucks. How's that looking right now? Because Tampa Bay owns the tiebreaker, right?
Correct. So Tampa Bay right now that we have Tampa Bay winning the division 10-7.
Damn. Okay.
We have them winning their last 3 games.
Got you.
And then
honestly, they might lose one of those. It might be more like 9-8, but
yeah, that could happen. Bears and Packers. MJ.
Yeah. Packers win that game.
Okay. San Fran wins there. Colts go here, and I think they beat Houston and Indy. Jacksonville there, Kansas City there, and Dallas there. So right here is the final playoff.
Which would give us Green Bay.
Green Bay would make it in as a 7th seed. Philly will win the division, will win the East. Tampa Bay would win the South. Dallas will make it in as a wild card here. Indy, we have Indy winning the AFC North, right?
Whoa.
AFC South.
AFC South, sorry. And then Buffalo makes it in, winning their division. Miami's a wild card. Cleveland makes it in, and Denver makes it in as a wild card. Honestly, I would agree with it. I'm not mad at it either.
What do you think, Nate?
I mean, stranger things have happened. I'm not knocking it. That's why it's very important these last 3 weeks. I mean, we're going to experience not only some of the best football ever, but some of the most head scratching and jaw dropping things that is going to happen, because this playoff push is about to be, it's real.
I was going to say, so this may not be exactly how it pans out, right? But I think our general point here is something crazy like this is going to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're only 3 weeks away from the NFL season ending, and not a single division has been decided. There's only like 2 or 3 wild cards or 2 or 3 playoff spots that have been clinched. And you have a lot of teams. Now, there are some really bad teams, but you have a lot of teams that are still in the hunt with just a few weeks to go. And whereas, Nate, we were kind of ripping on the 12-team college football playoff a little bit earlier, how, Connor asked us if FSU, if they left the ACC, what that would do for their playoff chances. My point was, doesn't mean jack if you're in a 12-team playoff.
I mean, it don't mean nothing. I mean,
if you're still going to get smoked by the top 4 teams.
Right.
So what I like about the NFL compared to that is we've expanded the playoffs, right, to 7 teams.
Yeah.
And I think it has made more disparity in the NFL, more parity in the NFL. There's these games, like those week 18 games. I had them for Braden earlier. There are just some bangers in there.
Very, very huge, impactful games. Yeah.
Like almost every single one of those games has some sort of impact on it. You've got Browns, Bengals, Vikings, Lions, Bears, Packers, Jaguars, Titans, Texans, Colts, Broncos, Raiders. Like let's look at it this way. There is one game in week 18 that will not have an impact on the playoff picture, and that is Jets and Patriots.
Patriots, yeah, they suck.
That is the only game in week 18 that, as of the way the playoff picture looks right now, will have 0 impact. Now, obviously, a couple of those teams could be eliminated, but almost every single one of those games will matter. That's not normal.
No, but this is a treat to us as fans and as spectators. This is a treat, because one of the things I actually loved is the fact that when it came down to the competition committee and the powers that be that do the scheduling of the NFL, they spaced out the division games and had more division games at the close out the end of the season, because it's so important. Those division games We're looking at home. We're looking at the AFC and NFC playoff picture, and we're looking. Can you pull that back up, MJ? By any chance? Can you guys pull that? How it looks right now? Can y'all pull that up?
How it looks right now?
Yeah, like let's just look like right now, now. The playoffs will start today. Let's look.
Give me 1 sec.
MJ, I have it up too. If you need me to.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I can put your screen up there, and then what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull Kenny in here to look at this too. Connor, go ahead, bring Kenny in.
Kenny, my man.
We're gonna take a look at this
Kenny, my
whole
man.
thing together. Hi, Kenny.
Guys.
Okay.
How's it going?
Oh,
Hey, what's up, Kenny? Can you guys see that okay?
Yes, sir.
Perfectly.
Can you get rid of that Shohei ad in the bottom though?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, so much better. Okay.
Okay.
So what are you saying, Nate?
Let's look at the 7 teams in it. The playoffs will start today. You see this top 7 teams. Now,
I heard you.
we look at the rankings, or excuse me, the records of these teams and respectively. And the funny thing about it is, all of these teams that are in the playoffs and the teams that are in the hunt, they all got to play each other.
Yeah.
So the playoff picture right now can look completely different by the time Week 18 gets here.
Yeah, because Packers and
Exactly.
Vikings still play each other. Lions
Exactly.
and Vikings play each other.
Exactly.
Bucks, Saints, and Falcons all play each other. Miami plays Baltimore. Kansas City play. Like there's so much going on there.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
that's beautiful.
But Nate, what some of these guys are going to need in the event that they do crash and burn is they're going to need some good car insurance from Erie Insurance.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Shh, sorry. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal. And it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Fortepney at 704-464-4544, tell him that the breakdown is better than Third Down Thursdays.
Oh, you're going down, brother. I'm going to tackle your dumb self when I see you in Mobile. Oh, my gosh.
Deal.
All right. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
All right. Real quick, before we get to Coach's Corner, which, Kenny, I don't even know what you have planned for us today. I don't know what's going on in college. We'll figure it out when we get there in like 5 minutes. We have to figure out game of the week. We don't have to figure it out. It is Monday Night Football next week, this week. Ravens, 49ers.
Oh, it's the Rolex wearing. He's stealing, wheeling, dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
Time out.
So, for all of those who are concerned, it's going to be at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Game time weather is 59 degrees and rainy. Nate Ness. We care a lot about that around here, Braden. Big weathermen when it comes to the football games now. Thank you to Nate. You've converted us. 59 degrees, partly cloudy with some rain showers. San Francisco favored by 5 with an over-under of 46.5. So I will go to the rookie first, Braden. What do we got? Ravens, Niners, and Kenny. In case you're confused, Braden goes to Arizona State.
Sun Devils.
And so Nate has been having some fun with our.
I wore the Sun Devils jersey today, so.
Hey, hell yeah!
Why would you do that now?
Because I don't have an Arizona jersey.
Okay, so do you?
Nate, you got to send him an Arizona
Now,
jersey.
Yeah, there you go.
I can go get a Michigan jersey. Let's not do that.
That's uncalled for.
I know that's
See,
Nate,
well,
you
you
actually
see what
have
I'm
a
going
Michigan
through.
jersey?
huh?
Do you have a Michigan jersey?
Oh no, I can find one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm assuming you've got a Lions jersey in there somewhere. Wouldn't that be close enough?
No. You know, it's crazy because all of my jerseys. My mom has all my jerseys.
Really?
Like my mom has Lions, Miami, Rams. My college jersey, my dad has it. You know, a lot of my I'm getting all of that stuff. They're gonna give like, you know, send it to me. But like all of my memorabilia, my parents have it.
Wait, how come you don't talk about the Rams more?
We were fucking horrible.
You're out.
Like we were
Yeah,
two.
We had been doing so well without Bruce here, and I didn't think that it was Nate that was going to ruin the
because
streak.
you just said, like, why don't I talk about them? We were 2-14. Steve Spagnuolo got fired like as we were walking off the field after we lost to Jim Harbaugh in the 49ers last game of the year.
Wait, he got fired as
Like
you were
he
walking
got
off the
fired
field?
as we were walking off the field. No, I'm sick. They said the same thing about the coach from the Chargers.
Staley?
Walking right off the field, he got fired.
Which
Like
they do that to
walking off
Eberflus.
of the field. MJ, like walking.
So, okay, so what does that look like for you as a player? Like last game of the year, your coordinator just got fired. Walking off the field, like what are you thinking?
That was your head coach.
That was your head coach?
Yes, Spags was the head coach. Sam Bradford was the quarterback. Spags.
Oh, was this after Fisher left?
Yeah, this was like
Ooh.
we lost every game that year except for 2. And as we were walking off the field, this was Harbaugh's first year, San Fran, when they went to the NFC Championship, lost.
Oh, is this when the Rams drafted Goff?
No, this is Sam Bradford was the quarterback.
Oh,
this is
a long
like
time ago.
this is
Okay.
2011, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe. But yeah, like we were walking off the field, like literally, you see the Reaper like walking on the field.
Was he dressed in all black?
No, he wasn't. He really wasn't dressed in all black. He had a smile on his face.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Like he walked on the field and we just looking like, damn, what's happening? And then like we have our exit meeting the next day and we just already knew like, oh yeah, y'all gone.
Y'all gone. Let's get up out of here.
We're still here,
but you know, but not to laugh or anything because that's not. I mean,
well, yeah,
Black
it.
Monday. They call it Black Monday,
right? For a reason.
As we, you know why. So, you know, yeah, it didn't happen on Monday. It happened on Sunday.
Yikes.
And like it was just like, damn. I'm like, and with that being said, it was just like, yep. You just sit there and you like, I'm probably next.
Yeah. Okay, that's why you don't talk about the Rams. Question answered. Okay. So Bray.
yeah. Game of the week.
Ravens 49ers.
Ravens 49ers. Right off the bat, I like the 49ers. I think with the rainy weather and the cold weather, I think the Ravens or the 49ers run game outlast the Ravens defense. Now, this is number 1, number 2 defense in the league going against each other. Just throwing that out there. But I think the 49ers have a more complete, more established offense and an offensive play caller, Kyle Shanahan. So I think it's 49ers. Do I need to give you a score? Or
you need to give me, do the 49ers cover the spread of 5?
Hell no.
And then over-unders 46.5.
No, I think it's going to be under because of the weather and the defense, and I don't think they win by 5. They win by less than 5.
Okay. So Ravens lose and cover and under. Kenny, what you got?
Yep.
I like the 49ers. I think that defense is lights out. I think they're going to give Lamar Jackson all sorts of fits. So I'll take the 49ers. I'll probably say 27-21 just for fun.
So he takes the over. Okay.
Yeah. Barely.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think what Lamar has been able to do this year is adapt to what is necessary of him as a quarterback. It's not that he's unwilling to run. It's that when he needs to throw, he's able to throw now. But let's not forget what the man can do on the ground. So I understand Christian McCaffrey is cool, But if Lamar wakes up and decides to go for 150 on the ground, he's going to go for 150 on the ground. He still has that in him. So I understand both these defenses are good. I don't really think this is going to be a defensive, stalwart matchup. I think this is something that's actually going to get a little bit more in Kenny's range, getting towards the over, maybe 28-24, something like that. So I'm going to go Ravens win 28-24 and take down San Francisco.
Very
Nate.
cool.
I know you want to support me, Nate. Those two are the Sun Devils.
And you
got to support me, baby.
Okay, on that. Okay, this is hard. This really is hard because this right here is an MVP moment for Christian McCaffrey to solidify his MVP season and his MVP case. But Lamar, on the other hand, Lamar has looked every bit of phenomenal. That defense is playing really, really good. This is what I like to call a smack it up, flip it, rub it down game.
Can you say that one more time?
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Heard.
Can we get a place of origin on that?
BBD.
Yes, sir.
This game is gonna come down to this game is coming down to Baltimore, and Baltimore is gonna do what they do. Yeah, Baltimore is gonna go out there and it's really hard to win in Frisco. It's really hard to win, but the way that team is playing, the way that defense is playing, and you're right. If Lamar want to go for $150, he gonna go for $150. If he wants to put a little oil on you, spank it a little bit, that's what he's gonna do. So I'm rolling with Baltimore. I'm rolling with Baltimore. But I'm saying
you're rubbing with Baltimore.
I'm rolling with Baltimore. You shouldn't have did that.
Do you know how many times Lamar
you did it
has
to
ran?
Connor the other night, so I had to.
No. You didn't. Did you listen to Connor?
Yeah, I listened to it. I listened to it. I heard it too.
So you heard it, because when he said it, I was like, "Wait a minute." Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
No, I heard that too. It's okay.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got a little bit of a split decision here, so that'll be fun to revisit.
I'm just throwing this out here. Lamar has only ran for over 100 yards once this season, so
that's because. But
thank you,
because
Nate.
he's they've asked him instead to limit himself from running the ball to possibly prevent injury and to throw the ball. Now it's gonna be raining out there. Like I said, if he wants to put a little oil on it and give it a little something, that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, but you got Chase Young coming after you. I don't know.
You got Chase Young on one side, you got Nick Bosa on the other side. Okay,
and Wagner up the middle.
You got Drake Greenlaw, and you got
Fred
Wagner. Warner.
Sorry. You got Warner. Yeah. Listen. If
He's in
we
trouble.
He's gonna have to do a nice little dance.
But one thing that we're not talking about is Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham Jr. are playing a lot more better football, especially
and Bateman.
Oh my gosh, Rashad is playing really, really good. So I mean, this is going to be a really, really good game, a good match between good on good.
It's going to be a really good game.
It's going to be a really good game, and again, execution is going to be key. Execution and the adjustments that you make, that's going to be key.
So Nate, last week we talked about some very interestingly named bowl games. One of them being the bowl named after your good friend Gronk. Did we get any confirmation from the group chat?
We actually did. We got in the group chat. Yes, it was he has a bowl game named after him. I really don't know why, but it's like.
So for those of you who don't know, Nate played with Gronk, right?
I hate Robert.
Oh.
Why? Because he ran you over all the time in practice?
Timeout. Didn't run me over. May have dragged me once or twice, but
You didn't oil him up and gave him a little something, something, you know?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a lot of oil, and that's a lot of something. But you like Robert is a different type of strong. Like I'm strong. He's like a different type of strong.
Yeah.
He's like he had a rough childhood strong. That's how strong he is.
That's a big man.
That's a big
not
man.
a big boy. That's a
Really,
big man.
That's a big man. Like for real.
Yeah.
Like really, like you've seen Rocky, right?
Yeah.
He's every bit of Drago. And that was his nickname. That was the nickname I got him, Drago. But he never ran me over. Like that's the only. There's two things that does not happen to Nate Ness. I'm not getting ran over, and you're not stiff arming me. Because number one, I will go to jail. I will go to jail. I will go to jail. No. Seriously, I will go to jail. Like it will go beyond the lines of football. Because you're not going to like Derrick Henry. The way he's done people, oh no, you think no. You're gonna run me over and stiff arm me? You're gonna embarrass me in front of my kids? Oh no, sir. No, sir. I'm taking that suspension and that fine.
I love it. Kenny, do you have any college football, anything for us? You got anything?
I got a few games for you.
Okay,
Nothing is quite interesting as the Gronk Bowl, but you have the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl.
Okay.
So you have Coastal Carolina going up against San Jose State. Coastal Carolina has lost over 20 players to the transfer portal. And San Jose State running back Robinson is the complete difference maker in this one. You have the over-under at 50.5. San Jose's favored by 10. I think San Jose wipes the floor with them 35-21. I think the Spartans are too hard for that. That's going to be tough for Coastal Carolina. They're down there partying right now anyways. They did delete a couple of pictures of the coach with the cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it looked mostly promotional, but it was definitely there was an arm suggestively around a couple of waists. Might spell some trouble for him down the road.
Someone said the picture came spontaneously. It was a spontaneous picture.
Hold on.
Really?
You said this was Coastal?
Yeah, Coastal Carolina. You know, they have the really cool teal get-ups and everything. And the one image I saw, it looked like it was a staged photo, but his arms were definitely
okay, that is a staged photo.
Not Christian.
And
I guess.
There's okay, because it's bad because you can't see the hand.
Right. But you can see it almost going towards the hip, you know.
It's definitely on a downwards trajectory.
Yeah. And they definitely deleted those pictures, but somebody was able to screenshot or screen grab them. So yeah, it's not looking good. They're down there partying, they're having fun.
I'm going with Coastal.
Wait, what picture are we talking about?
You want me to send it to you, Nate?
Is it the picture on the beach?
Yeah.
That's the one that was immediately deleted. I heard there were other pictures
this
too.
one?
Yep, that's it. Yep. He hit the
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Nate, after further review.
Flag on the play.
Nate, you're gonna be an official soon. Give us the call. Is it holding?
Praise the Lord.
After further review,
praise the Lord.
Call has been confirmed. It is holding. I'm going with Coastal Carolina.
I'm going to go
Coastal Carolina.
I don't even know like what's what.
Nate just said I'm with Kenny.
This is gonna be
what he said.
Yeah, like.
What else you got, Kenny?
Hey, look at again.
He said, hold up, wait a minute.
The next game is kind of a proud coach moment for me. So you have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, where Georgia State is going to play against Utah State, and one of my former players that I coached is actually on the Georgia State team. So I'm feeling really proud of that. He was a walk-on a couple of years ago, so he's doing very well. Utah State's favored by 3. The over-under is at 62. Georgia State's lost the last 5, but because I got my guy on that team, I'm going to go with Georgia State winning 31-28.
Deal. I'll take
them.
Yeah, I'll take it. That's fine by me. Georgia State all the way.
I'll take Georgia State. I like the Blue Panthers.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
Screw frickin' Idaho. Who
Utah
cares
State.
about Idaho, bro?
Yeah, but
No,
that's the one where they dumped the French fries on the coach after they won the game. So
Screw it. I'm allergic to potatoes.
What?
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Can't confirm that one.
It's gotten even to the point now where, like, because I work at Chick-fil-A, if I do fries, like if I make the fries in the kitchen, I'm starting to get topical reactions on my hands.
Wow.
Hey, we should have to
Doing
do
fries.
fries.
Wow,
Fries
that's
suck.
crazy. I feel sorry for you because them waffle fries be on point when they're fresh out the grease.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just came from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like, you know,
I was like, what you sipping on, Nate?
it's a Dr.
He's got that
Pepper.
lemonade. He's got that Sunjoy, that sweet tea
Like,
lemonade.
no.
What? Give me the order, Nate. You got the order.
All right, okay. Well, like, am I hungry? Or am I just need a
I'm
snack?
hungry.
Yeah.
All right. So number 1 with the American cheese, large size, with the extra sandwich and the extra fry.
I have to go L on that. I'm sorry, but I have to go L on that. The American cheese on the sandwiches.
You gotta go Colby. Nate? Have you done it with the Colby Jack and the bacon?
Yeah, you gotta add the bacon.
Bacon, yes.
Yeah. You don't like the Colby?
I love Kobe.
CFA's got Kobe Jack cheese.
Yeah.
No.
The Colby. Connor, shut up in our private chat.
Connor's over there.
All right. So anyway, yes, I'm allergic to potatoes. It's very sad. I
It
love
is
the mac
sad.
and cheese though, so it's okay.
That's really sad, man. That's just like you like your whole childhood is not like it's ruined.
It's okay. I didn't like potatoes because they made me feel sick. So it's not like I'm missing anything because I don't like them.
I'd still be eating them.
There
I'm
is
look, I'm lactose intolerant. There's cookies and cream in the freezer right now. I'm going to eat that at like 3 o'clock.
Oh, I want ice cream. Hey, we getting ice cream after this. I didn't think that taking Bruce out of the equation could make it more chaotic, but it might have. So what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Mac and cheese, something. There are a couple places that I can actually eat their French fries, and that's because they're not real enough potatoes. So I can chomp down a large fry from McDonald's, and I feel nothing. But when I tell you, if I ate like 3, the good size fries at Chick-fil-A, like the big one, if I ate 3 of those, done. Like I would feel like I had the flu for 3 days.
So basically, what you're saying is don't go to McDonald's
because they ain't use potatoes. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Now it's been a minute, so maybe they've gotten better. Like I know Wendy's upgraded their fries, so I can't eat them anymore. I used to be able to eat Wendy's fries, but since they rebranded a couple years ago, and they're like, I swear we have fresh fries now. They're actually being legit. I can't eat them anymore. So shout out to Wendy's. Y'all actually did the thing you said you were gonna do. But yeah, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
It hurts with the French fries. Other than that, we're good. I don't like mashed potatoes. It's okay.
Damn.
I'd still be eating those potatoes, though. I don't care.
I agree. I love
That's
potatoes.
fair.
You
I'd
can't
go
get better
for
than
it.
a good.
I mean, like I hear what you said, MJ, but it's just like I just think about it. Like I'm lactose intolerant, but there's a chocolate milk in that refrigerator, and there's some cookies and cream up there in the freezer. I'm going to eat one or the 2 of these. I'm going to eat one of those tonight, like because I had like 10 cookies last night. Well, technically it was like 2 o'clock this morning, but don't worry about it. But like.
Nate, what kind of cookies? Oh, just straight up Toll House.
Just straight out of that.
Okay, so
cookie dough.
Braden, you had my mom's cookies at some point, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm sure I have.
Nate,
I want some.
No, okay. So
Right?
Nate,
Are we
whenever Yes. Whenever I see
You
y'all.
want some, Kenny? You want some?
Of course.
Oh yeah. So okay.
You don't get to be my weight class without eating some cookies. So
Yes.
Kenny and I, those big boys. There we go. So Nate, because hypothetically you and I will be at the combine, right? I'll bring some to the combine, okay? And we'll chomp down. When I tell you these things are the biggest, so she uses the Toll House cookie recipe, except she basically doubles everything and makes these giant chocolate chip cookies, and
That's
they
what I
are.
was-
Everybody has always, my entire life, said these are the best cookies I've ever eaten in my life.
Deluxe.
That's all I need in life.
Yeah,
That's
like
right.
you can eat 2 of them and it's a meal.
It's not going to.
I mean, probably like 5 for
challenge
you,
accepted.
but yeah, it's like I'll still have the Chick-fil-A order first.
Yes, I want to
Yeah.
be great.
All right,
Give me-
Kenny, give us another ball game.
All right, I got the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. James Madison was able to get into a bowl game, even though they were scheduled to not be able to make it, to be ineligible. And they're going up against Air Force. Air Force is a run-first team. Their running back, Dylan Carson, is going to run all over James Madison. James Madison's without their quarterback and 13 other transfers at least. So it's going to be a low-scoring one. I think Air Force comes out 17-10 is kind of where I have it at.
I got to pick James Madison. I know Air Force might be better, at least in this specific matchup, but I got to go with Madison just for the memes, right? Just for
the underdog.
They finally
They
got.
are favored by 2.5, so
Yeah,
I agree with MJ. I'm going James Madison. Air Force has lost their last 4, and I hate run first teams. I love running the ball, but I hate run first teams.
Damn. So I mean, we all gonna go consensus. I thought. Wait, hold on. I thought James Madison's sanctions were going into play for this postseason. Is it next year?
they were, but
they were ineligible for last year, and they had to petition for this year to become eligible. And I think they had to appeal the decision twice because they were rejected every time that I saw them going for it.
Yeah.
But they made it into the Air Force Armed Forces Bowl. So,
Well, I guess we're all gonna go with James Madison.
I got Air Force though.
Oh, then I'm gonna go with Air Force.
bandwagon.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny, you got one more?
Yeah, I have 2. I'll go with the better of the 2 though. So DirecTV Holiday Bowl, which is next Wednesday. Louisville plays USC. Louisville's favored by 7.5. The over-under's at 50. Last I saw was 57.5. Every time I pick Louisville, they seem to struggle, but I'm going to go with them one more time because USC is now without Caleb Williams and still doesn't play defense. Plus 20 of their players have decided to opt out for either going to the NFL draft or for the transfer portal. So I got Louisville winning by 18 points, 38-20.
Nate, could you imagine a Pac-12 team, just not having that type of respect? That's crazy.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I want to pick USC just because one of my mentors, he's a coach there. But I mean, Louisville's
get him on the show.
Like Louisville's about to put a little baby oil on it. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna probably sound really, really bad. He's probably gonna laugh once he sees and hears this. I liken the transfer portal to how strippers have to audition.
Time out.
Because the transfer portal is just. Have y'all seen it?
So
it's wild.
Is there like a commissioner or a head
No,
of the NCAA?
It's a free for all.
They've actually talked about, and I've only seen it jokingly, that they want to make Chip Kelly the commissioner for this.
Oh, hey, no, we're gonna put MJ.
But
I'll be commissioned.
He did make an excellent point though, because he said with UCLA joining the Pac-10, it only benefits UCLA for football. It does nothing for the rest of the programs. So football should actually be 117 independent teams. You figure out your schedule based on that, and you let the other programs basically play in their typical regional conferences. That was the one excellent point that I saw him make on that. Even though I love all the conference realignment stuff, I'm happy that the Big Ten's expanding, but it makes a lot of sense because the other programs at these schools are getting hurt a lot by this.
Hey, has anybody heard where UW is UW going somewhere?
Big Ten.
Big Ten?
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay.
Along with Oregon, UCLA, and USC. And now the rumor is Florida State might be jumping to the Big Ten too.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
I was thinking Florida State was going to the SEC, but was that not a...
The rumor is that they're going to be rejected as early as tomorrow morning, and that's why there's a regent meeting scheduled for FSU. They're talking about how it's super expensive for them to leave the ACC right now, and then they're trying to figure out where they would want to go. They've compared themselves to Notre Dame, thinking that they can survive as an independent. I don't know if that works either, but it sounds like it's either Big Ten or independent if they decide to walk away from the ACC.
Okay.
And these conference realignments right now, it's so confusing in itself. I'm like, God, hey, like,
yeah, it's hard to keep track of all.
Yeah,
that. It's very difficult.
But I agree with Kenny though. Louisville is going to win.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had a team.
Who's going to smack USC at least by over 14.
For sure.
Yeah. Nate, you seem real versed in that.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what happens.
I love this man with all my heart. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for assisting in a Bruceless episode.
Forks up.
Nate is just.
Yes.
What the hell, Kitty?
Next week, Bama by 30. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, yo, MJ. Hey, we should get some Michigan.
Nate, I'll send you my address. You send me one, I'll wear it.
If that's the case, I'm going back to Ohio State stuff. That's fine.
I'll do it.
Look, represent the team that's actually in the playoff.
All right, fine. Here we go.
Alabama,
got you. All day. Roll Tide.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. All right. Well, Nate, Kenny, thank you so much. As always, Braden and I going to end off here. But we will see you gentlemen later.
See you guys.
Braden, you ain't going anywhere, brother. We got to close out here. We got to close out.
I'm here.
Thank you so much for filling in this evening. For those of you who are still here watching, Bruce had a work commitment. I don't think we officially mentioned that earlier, but I think it's kind of obvious. Young man's out there hustling, out there grinding. Not to be confused with whatever Nate was doing.
Not the
Bruce
oil.
is out there.
Yeah. No, there's no oil. No oil.
There may be some, some other type of liquids involved this evening for Bruce, but not the baby oil. Yeah. But yeah, so thank you, Braden, for filling in. Welcome. Congratulations on your Third Down Thursdays debut. Very proud of you. You did
awesome.
a great job.
Well, I appreciate it, MJ. It's always great to talk sports with you. I finally got to actually hop on one of these live because I usually work on Thursdays till 1 in the morning. But no, again, I appreciate the invite, and we had so much fun.
Oh yeah, it's been a great time. We'll be back next week. Next Thursday, Bruce should be back. For those of you who don't know, we're going to be at the Senior Bowl, so a lot of stuff coming from TDT Media in the next few months. Check out thirddownthursdays.com. And as always, we will leave you with the best insurance commercial in the business. Bray.
Yo,
You know what I have to say about Bruce missing?
what's up?
We don't do that here.